What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got another drift build series for you today. What we're going to be doing on this series is a custom upgrade all the way up to the tune, and then we're going to drift around on Fortune Island today. A little bit different than our usual route. We're just going to do one run through Fortune Island to make sure that everything's good to go, but I wanted to run through the upgrades real quick with you. So what we did was I slapped a V10 in this just for fun, rear wheel drive, of course, and then we did a positive displacement supercharger. Maxed out everything on this car except for I did not put a roll cage in it. I usually don't put roll cages in. I feel like they're kind of useless. They don't provide any upgradability and they just add weight. Other than that, everything is pretty much maxed out across the board. Let's jump straight into the tune and the drifting for this build now. All right, now for the tune. So the tune took a little bit of play. I kind of kept it sort of stock at first just to test it out. It drifted while stock, but had a huge problem with oversteer. I was spinning out a ton. By the way, I do know that I messed that up and flip-flopped understeer and oversteer in my initial how to drift video. But getting started with this Firebird, the final drive I extended a little bit to make the gears a little bit longer. It could maybe use a little bit longer gears as it is. It kind of needs a little bit more. That's kind of up to you guys if you guys want to mess with that. For the first time in my freaking life, I didn't max out toe on the front and rear because, like I said, it drifted pretty well stock. I didn't want to mess with it too much. Kind of kept the stock stuff I used to do, or I usually do on camber. I upped the rear by -0.5. I guess down the rear. I don't. but yeah, it's stock at like -1.5, so I went to -2. I dropped the rear anti-roll bar. I softened the rear anti-roll bars pretty heavily. Soften the front a little bit. Like I said, trying to correct the oversteer issue and stuff. I'm pretty sure I softened the front on this one and stiffened the rear, and then I dropped the front stiffness a little bit, so I softened the front stiffness a little. Didn't really mess with bump stuff. Upped the braking pressure to 140 and maxed out the differential. This works pretty well. I'm gonna try my best to do a run for you guys, and we will see how it goes. So I actually had a really great run and had to re-record it because somebody kept inviting me to a party. So now that I'm offline, I'm gonna try my best to do a half decent run again. That really sucked. So I hope you guys end up liking this tune and trying out this tune. I know I was definitely excited to try out the 87 Firebird, especially because I had already kind of tried out the other ones for racing, and I think maybe I tried one for drifting. A problem that you just saw and that you actually notice when using this car, especially if you extend the final drive to get a little bit of longer gears, is that you sacrifice some of that low-end power, which makes it hard to power through corners and stuff like that. Obviously, in a rear-wheel drive car, you want to focus more on angle and throttle control and stuff like that, whereas like with all-wheel drive drift cars, you can focus a lot more on the powering through. But it is nice to have that low-end power so you can correct your angle and stuff like that, and it's a little bit more laid back and more forgiving when you have low-end power to work with to kind of save yourself on some of those drifts that you mess up the entry on, or whatever the case is. I mean, I'm not the best drifter in the world, and I'm on a wheel, so it is a little bit harder, and I always have liked having that low end power to kind of correct certain drifts. So that is like the one downside. But other than that, I think this would be a fantastic car for like drift adventure and things of that nature. I'm not really into drift adventure, nor do I do it a lot, but I feel like this car definitely, once it gets sideways, loves to stay sideways, and definitely slides for a while. There's my first spin out. That was what I was hoping I would not do. I was hoping I'd get a run without a spin out, and I like I said, I actually did on the way down, but I would not stop getting party invites, so I had to re-film this run because of that. But yeah, it really is a great car. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. It's fun, of course. I mean, you can't really go wrong doing anything with a Firebird. It is one of the newer, if not the newest version of the Firebird that you can get in Forza, I believe. And it's a really fun car. it's a blast to drive. Like I said, the only downfall I found was that low end power and stuff. But other than that, it's great. Really can manage angle pretty well. It took a little bit of finicking on the tune because the tune stock just it could drift, but it had way too much oversteer. But after a little bit of tweaking, I think it was really great, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy this car, and go try it out for yourself. Remember to leave a comment below with the car you'd like to see in the next video. That's where I choose from for the next videos. Appreciate all that support you guys have been giving me. Please like and comment. It helps so much with the algorithm and growing my community, and I really have appreciated you guys' support recently. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.